Welcome back to Around America. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the 10 worst states to live in across the United States. From poor economic opportunity to terrible healthcare and education, these states, unfortunately, have a lot of shortcomings that make them less than desirable places to call home. So, whether you're thinking of moving or just curious about the rankings, you won't want to miss this video. Let's get started. Number 10. South Carolina. South Carolina, the third most moved to state in 2021, is rapidly losing its reputation as a paradise for those seeking the good life. While the influx of newcomers has led to some economic growth, it has also caused the median home value to skyrocket by 22% in the past year, reaching a staggering $257,000. This may not seem like much, but when you consider that the median household income in the state is only $56,000, it becomes clear that many South Carolinians simply cannot afford to live there. While the Charleston and Greenville areas do offer some economic opportunities, there is a significant divide between urban and rural areas. Rural part of the states are struggling, contributing to a poverty rate of 13.8%, the ninth highest in the nation. As poverty rates rise, so too does the crime rate, and South Carolina now has the fifth highest overall crime rate and seventh highest violent crime rate. Additionally, the state's public schools rank as the seventh worst in the country, which is a major concern for the state's future. Despite these challenges, there is some good news to be found. Most of the people moving to South Carolina are retirees seeking sun, sand, and sea, which has helped to keep the cost of living in Myrtle Beach, for example, relatively affordable. Nonetheless, the state's problems with poverty, crime, and education remain serious issues that must be addressed if South Carolina is to remain an attractive place to live. Number 9. Alaska. Alaska, often called the last frontier, is undoubtedly a land of spectacular beauty that inspires deep admiration among its residents. With vast expanses of pristine wilderness, breathtaking vistas, and unparalleled natural grandeur, it is no wonder that many Alaskans consider their state to be the best in the country. However, as with any place, Alaska has its drawbacks, and these are not insignificant. Despite the allure of the state's abundant natural resources, it is important to note that the cost of living in Alaska can be quite high. For example, the cost of heating alone in the interior region can range from $500 to $1,500 a month for over half the year. Furthermore, Alaska has the second highest utility and grocery bills in the nation, making it a challenging place to live for many residents. Although the Alaskan dividend pays residents thousands of dollars each year, it may not be enough to make up for the high cost of living. In addition to economic challenges, Alaska also struggles with a declining and under-diversified economy, which has led to a 7.3% decrease in wages over the last 3 years. The state's job market is limited, with an unemployment rate of 5.8%, the fifth highest in the nation. Although the poverty rate in Alaska is not particularly high, at 9.6%, this is due to the high median household income of $75,500. Thus, while residents may earn more than the national average, they also face a much higher cost of living. Another major issue facing Alaska is its education system, which ranks second worst in the nation. While this is concerning, it pales in comparison to the state's most significant problem, its high rate of violent crime. Alaska has a violent crime rate that is more than double the national average, making it by far the most dangerous state. While many may attribute this to the presence of grizzly bears and other dangerous wildlife, the reality is that the majority of violent crimes are committed by people. In summary, Alaska's natural beauty is a source of great pride for its residents. However, the high cost of living, economic challenges, struggling education system, and extreme violence make it a difficult place to call home. Despite these challenges, many Alaskans choose to stay, making the most of what the state has to offer. Number 8. Tennessee. Tennessee is often regarded as one of the most attractive states to move to in the United States. However, despite its beautiful natural scenery, The state is facing a multitude of problems that cannot be ignored. For starters, it has the third highest violent crime rate in the country, with Memphis overtaking both St. Louis and Detroit to become the most dangerous city in America, with a violent crime rate that is over 500% above the national average. With crime rates on the rise, it's a wonder whether the state will surpass Alaska as the most dangerous state in the U.S. by the end of the decade. It's not just the crime that's causing concern, though. The state's poverty rate of 13.6% is the 10th highest in the country, making it clear that wages are simply not keeping up with the rising cost of living. Median home values in Tennessee have increased by 24% over the past year to $264,000, making it increasingly difficult for residents to afford homes in the state. Outside of Nashville's booming economy, where the median household income is $70,300, Tennessee is struggling with zero economic opportunities in most areas. Moreover, despite having the state capital in Nashville, the rural areas of Tennessee are really struggling with a huge division of wealth between the cities and rural parts. With little economic opportunities, many residents are struggling to make ends meet, leading to increased poverty and, subsequently, increased crime rates. Even if you're thinking of moving to Nashville, the violent crime rate in Music City is still more than triple the national average, and the median home value is approaching $400,000, which is not exactly music to anyone's ears. So it's clear that while Tennessee has a lot of potential, it's struggling to make the most of it. The natural beauty of the Great Smoky Mountains and other scenic locations is not enough to make up for the rising costs and increased crime rates that many of its residents are facing. As a result, it's vital that the state take steps to address these issues and find solutions to improve the quality of life for its residents. Until then, it's uncertain whether Tennessee will remain an attractive state for people to move to in the years to come. Number 7. Alabama. Alabama, the heart of Dixie, is finally making some strides to living up to its sweet nickname. The city of Huntsville is leading the charge with its booming economy and flourishing job market. This city is single-handedly carrying Alabama out of the depths of despair. But it's not the only place in the state making progress. Over the past year, Alabama's crime rate has decreased, moving from the 7th highest in the nation to 19th, a significant improvement that can't be ignored. However, even with these improvements, Alabama still has a long way to go. The state's education system is ranked 6th worst in the country, which is a significant concern. Also, the average life expectancy is only 74.9 years, which is the 2nd lowest in the nation. This is likely due to the 3rd highest obesity rate and the 6th worst healthcare in the United States. Furthermore, while the median home value is a low $186,000, the poverty rate is still the 7th highest in the nation at 14.9%. This can be attributed to the median household income, which is only $51,700, well below the national average. It's worth noting that in Huntsville, the median household income is over $67,000, which is certainly a bright spot in the state. Despite the many obstacles, Alabama is making strides. With Huntsville leading the way, it's only a matter of time before the rest of the state catches up. So while it's still a work in progress, Alabama is showing that it has potential and is worthy of the affectionate nickname it's been given. Number 6. West Virginia. What a time to be alive. First, Alabama was number 7, and now West Virginia isn't even in the bottom 5. It's like we've been transported to an alternate universe during the chaos of 2020 and 2021. While the Mountain State still has its challenges, with the 2nd lowest median household income in the country at just $48,800 and a poverty rate of 15.8%, it's not all doom and gloom. If you have a job that allows you to work online from another state, West Virginia might not be a bad choice. Unless, of course, that state is Mississippi, the only one with lower wages. As more and more Americans shift to remote work, many are flocking to West Virginia, making it the 4th most moved to state in 2021. It's no surprise, considering just about every inch of the place is breathtakingly beautiful. Plus, with a median home cost of less than $125,000, it's an affordable option. Of course, West Virginia is also home to some of the worst infrastructure, fifth worst schools, third worst economy, and fourth worst healthcare. So you do get what you pay for. But hey, at least it's the 10th safest state in the country, so you can rest easy knowing you're not in immediate danger. Number 5. Arkansas. Arkansas, where love goes to die and diamonds are born. With the highest divorce rate in the country, it's no wonder they have the only diamond mine in the U.S. But don't worry, we're not judging, because, let's face it, living in a state this dull can make anyone crave some unnecessary relationship drama. And speaking of dull, Arkansas ranks second to last in happiness, with good reason. They hold the unfortunate titles of having the 4th worst economic opportunity, 7th worst infrastructure, 7th highest obesity rate, and the worst healthcare. Their schools are the 9th worst, and their poverty rate is the 5th highest. And don't forget, the 3rd lowest median household income at just $48,900. But hey, if you're looking for a cheap place to live, the median home cost is only $163,000. Although, we wouldn't recommend it unless you enjoy the World Championship duck calling contest. However, if you happen to find yourself in Fayetteville, it's actually a pretty decent city. Number 4. Kentucky. Kentucky, the land of the Kentucky Derby and bourbon. It's unfortunately not as prosperous as one would hope. Despite over $150 million being wagered on the Derby each year, it seems that little of it actually goes to improve the quality of life for everyday Kentuckians. The state's poverty rate at 15% is the 6th highest in the nation, even though the median home cost is relatively affordable, $182,000. Unfortunately, the quality of public schools and healthcare in Kentucky are also among the worst in the country, leaving little hope for a brighter future. Kentucky's economy is also in dire straits, with the 5th worst economic opportunity and the 3rd worst fiscal stability of any state. This is not helped by the fact that the state government has been ranked as the most corrupt in terms of how taxpayer money is spent. With the median household income at just over $52,000, it's no wonder that Kentuckians are struggling to get by. It's a shame that a state with such a rich history and cultural significance is not able to provide a better standard of living for its residents. Let's hope that things will turn around for the Bluegrass State in the future. Number 3. New Mexico. In New Mexico, the poorly maintained infrastructure is a blessing in disguise, keeping crowds away and preserving the stunning natural scenery. However, that's where the good news ends. With the 3rd worst air and water quality, the worst internet access, and the highest crime rate in the country, New Mexico is not exactly paradise. The state also suffers from a poverty rate of 16.8% and a high unemployment rate, making it an expensive place to live with a median home value of $268,000 and a median income below $52,000. Unfortunately, the dismal economic outlook, combined with the worst public schools, leave little hope for those looking to escape the cycle of poverty and crime. Number 2. Mississippi. Mississippi, the land of swamps and soulful blues, has been spared the indignity of being ranked the worst state in the U.S. for once. However, don't break out the champagne just yet. The only reason Mississippi is not dead last is that it knows its worth. It's the most affordable state to live in, with a median home cost of just $153,000. Unfortunately, this low cost of living comes with a hefty price tag, as Mississippi also has the highest poverty rate in the country at 18.7%. Its economy is ranked the worst, and the median household income is a measly $45,700. The healthcare quality and education system are also ranked last, with terrible schools and the lowest life expectancy of just 74.6 years. Mississippians' love for deep-fried delicacies has landed them the highest obesity rate in the country. So, if you're looking to move to a place with more to offer than swamps, humidity, and soulful tunes, Mississippi might not be your cup of tea. And number 1. Louisiana. The land of crawfish boils and Mardi Gras is unfortunately not all fun and games. While its infrastructure is already a mess, the state's vulnerability to frequent hurricanes only exacerbates the problem. However, that's just the tip of the iceberg. With the 3rd worst schools, 4th worst healthcare, and 4th highest obesity rate, Louisiana has a lot more to worry about. Its economy is ranked fourth worst, and its poverty rate is the second highest in the country, with a median household income of barely $51,000. In addition, Louisiana has the dubious distinction of being the murder capital of the U.S. and the second most dangerous state overall. Add to that fact that it is also the most corrupt state, and it's easy to see why Louisiana is considered the worst state to live in. And that's our list of the 10 worst states to live in America. Remember, these rankings are based on a variety of factors, including economics, education, healthcare, and crime rates. While it may be disheartening to see some states struggling in these areas, it's important to remember that there are always opportunities for improvement. As citizens of this great country, it's up to us to work together and strive for progress in all regions. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.